Today on Rappler. San Miguel's Ramon Ang says the controversial Pasig River expressway will no longer push through. Ricardo Zulweta, the former wRap official tagged in the assassination of broadcaster Percy Lapid, dies. Cebu journalists call for sanctions against broadcasters who interviewed a 4-year-old rape survivor. Russian President Vladimir Putin wins the election in a landslide victory. And Evangelista reveals she had a miscarriage in February. San Miguel Corporation President and CEO Ramon Ang says the planned 95 billion peso expressway along Pasig River is no longer pushing through.
Ako yung businessman na pag nakita ko ayaw ng kababayan natin, yung project, hindi ko itutuloy.
The project drew the ire of a number of environmental and heritage groups, saying it would only negatively impact public mobility, heritage, environment, and public health. The controversial 6-lane, 19.4-kilometer Pasig River Expressway was supposed to traverse the entirety of Pasig River, connecting 7 cities. Ang says some 1.2 million tons of waste have been taken out of the Pasig River after several cleanup activities SMC conducted. Environmental group Ilog Pasiglahin welcomes the cancellation. Meantime, the Transportation Department signs the concession agreement with Ang's SMC-SAP & Co consortium to rehabilitate the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. The former superintendent of the Bureau of Corrections, Ricardo Zulweta, tagged in the assassination of broadcaster Percy Lapid, died at the age of 42 due to heart failure. The Bataan Provincial Police, which announced Zulweta's death, also say Lapid's brother, journalist Roy Mabasa, urges authorities to determine the facts surrounding the suspect's death. Zulweta was implicated in the killing of Lapid in late 2022, along with his former boss, former wRap chief Gerald Bantag, and a couple of persons deprived of liberty. Lapid was killed in Las Piñas City in October 2022, the second journalist to be killed under the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Justice Secretary Boyeng Remulla says he had directed the National Bureau of Investigation to probe the authenticity of Zulweta's death. Media organizations and lawyers in Cebu condemn the unethical conduct of Brigada News FM broadcasters Dennis Tabar and Juril Patino for interviewing a 4-year-old rape survivor in their program. In a statement, the National Union of Journalists of the Philippines in Cebu says the act was, quote, lacking in humanity. The kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas in Cebu said the station's field reporter Jonalyn Humabis facilitated the interview. In a video circulating on social media, Patino and Tabar asked the child to vividly describe how she was abused. The Cebu Federation of Beat Journalists said, quote, no empathy was shown towards the girl. Under the KBP Broadcast Code of 2007, child victims are protected from enduring further emotional stress or trauma. The management of Brigada News FM said it is investigating the alleged misconduct of the 2 broadcasters. President Vladimir Putin wins a record 87.8% votes, the highest ever result in Russia's post-Soviet history on Sunday, March 17, cementing his already tight grip on power and sending a message to the West that it will have to reckon with Russia for many more years to come. The United States, Germany, the United Kingdom, and other nations say the vote was neither free nor fair due to the imprisonment of political opponents and censorship. Inspired by opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who died in an Arctic prison last month, thousands of opponents protested at noon against Putin at polling stations inside Russia and abroad. Putin says the Navalny-inspired protest against him had no effect on the election's outcome. He also says Navalny's death had been a, quote, sad event, adding he had been ready to do a prisoner swap involving Navalny. Actress Evangelista shares in an episode of Fast Talk with Boy Abunda that she had undergone a miscarriage in February. In the episode, host Boy Abunda asked Hart about a previous statement she made on the timing of being blessed with a baby. Hart says she had been pregnant with a baby girl at the time of the statement, but that the pregnancy had failed. In September 2022, Hart shared she had undergone in vitro fertilization. On the Fast Talk episode, she said she was very excited to have the baby, but that she was so blessed in so many other ways. Hart also revealed she and her husband, Senator Cheese Escudero, were supposed to name their child Sophia Hart. In 2018, Hart also lost twin babies in a miscarriage. And that's today's wrap. I'm Ninel Yu. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.